lot of people have asked me, what is Diane Downs all about? I can tell you that in 2 words: the devil.
I think some men found her beautiful and dangerously seductive.
She came up and introduced herself with no clothes on.
Diane Downs is pure evil.
Everybody says you sure were lucky. Well, I don't feel very lucky.
She was a mother of 3 in love with a married man.
She saw the kids as a burden. They were in the way.
If she didn't have these kids in the way anymore, she could have her lover.
The quickest, simplest way was to eliminate the children.
2 counts of attempted murder.
Christy was dying. God, all the blood, all the pain.
This woman on trial for murdering one of her children and shooting the other 2, and she goes out and gets pregnant on purpose.
It was like something out of a bad made-for-TV movie.
I stopped and got out and asked him what was the problem. And he said, I want your car. And I said, you gotta be kidding. I mean, how many people really do that in real life? They don't. Like that. I got in the car, jumped in, put the keys in. I just hit my cast. Started the car and left. The car door shut itself. God.
She was giddy, she laughed, she cracked jokes.
And as I say, she may be the only one to get me out of this. Would I have brought her to the hospital? Wouldn't she be the one that I would make sure is dead? There are too many holes in it.
Diane Downs is now held in a maximum security prison in New Jersey, where she's working on her latest appeal.
Why are you here?
I don't know.
Hey guys, it's Lavender here. Welcome back to my channel. It's Lavender here, and today I'm back with another video. Today I'm doing the case of Elizabeth Diane Fredrickson Downs. She was a child murderer of her own children. She murdered one of her children, and the other 2 survived, but she is known as being a crazy mother and a murderer. So let's get into this case. So here we go. Let's get started. So here we go. So Elizabeth Diane Downs, for you guys who don't know her, she was born, a little backstory, she was born on August 7th, 1955 in America. She is an American woman who was convicted of murder of her daughter and the attempted murder of her other 2 children in May 1983. She has been mentioned in books and media. She was mentioned in being a woman mass murder. She was mentioned in the Arthur's Anne Rule, who was also the author of a Ted Bundy book. The Arthur Anne Rule also wrote the book called Small Sacrifices in 1987, detailing Downs' life and murder trial. The book documents accounts of friends, acquaintances, neighbors, and her surviving daughter, Christy, and also a made-for-TV movie also titled Small Sacrifices starring Farrah Fawcett as Downs aired in ABC in 1989. Diane Downs was born in Phoenix, Arizona. A short background story of her on August 7, 1955 to parents Wilsley Lincoln in 1930 through 2017 and Williden Eagle Fredrickson. She was testified that her father sexually abused her when she was 12 years old. However, it's not known if this is true or not. Diane graduated from Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona, where she met her husband, Steve Downs. After high school, she enrolled at Pacific Coast Baptist Bible College in Orange, California, but she was expelled after only a year for promiscuous behavior and soon returned to her parents' home in Arizona. On November 13, 1973, Diane married Steve Downs after running away from home. Their first child, Christy Ann, was born in 1974. Sherilyn followed in 1976. With Stephen Daniel being born in 1979, the couple divorced in 1980 because Steve thought that she was having an affair, and he thought that Daniel, also known as Danny, was a result of an affair that Diane had on May 8, 1982. Downs gave birth to a daughter through surrogacy. The child was named Jennifer before turning her over to her intended parents. Downs was employed by the United States Postal Service before her crimes and stuff. She was assigned to the mail routes in the city of Cottage Grove, Oregon. On May 19, 1983, Downs shot her 3 children and drove them in a bloody, splattered car in cold blood to the hospital. Upon arrival, Cheryl, age 7, was already dead. Danny, age 3, was paralyzed from the waist down, and Christy, age 8, had suffered a debilitating stroke. Downs herself had been shot in the arm that she did to herself. She claimed that she was carjacked by a man in a rural road near Springfield, Oregon, by a strange man who shot her and the children. However, investigators and hospital workers became suspicious because they decided the manner that she acted, it was too calm for a person who experienced such a traumatic event, and also she was making everything about her in her interviews. When she was giving interviews to the presses and stuff, she was describing her the attack, and she's like, the blood gurgling from my child or something. She made everything about her instead of about her children. She also made a number of statements, again, that the police and hospital workers considered highly inappropriate, like her interviews, but she made the whole situation about herself, even though it affected her children mainly, but she's making it all about only herself. Suspicions heightened when Downs, upon arrival at the hospital to visit her children, phoned Robert, a married man that she had an affair with, and co-worker in Arizona with whom she had been having an external affair. The forensic evidence did not match her story. There was no blood splatter on the driver's side of the car, nor was there any gunpowder residue on the driver's door. Downs did not disclose to the police that she owned a .22 caliber handgun, but both Steve Downs and Knickerbocker informed them that she did own this .22 caliber handgun. Investigators later discovered Downs had bought the handgun in Arizona while they were unable to find the actual weapon. Anyways, they argued that Downs shot her children to be free of them because she is a narcissist and she doesn't want anything to do with, if anything's going to get in her way, she doesn't want anything to do with them. She wanted to be free of her children, so she decided to shoot them and try to kill them so she can get rid of them and continue to have her affair with a man who didn't want anything to do with her. Much of the case against her rested on the testimony of her surviving daughter, Christy, who, once she recovered from her stroke and had the ability to speak, described how her mother shot all 3 children while parked at the side of the road. Downs was convicted on all charges in June 1917 and 1984, and in the courtroom, it is alleged that she danced to the song Hungry Like the Wolf in the courtroom, and that the jury was shocked and stuff, and she was later sentenced to life in prison plus 50 years. She was required to serve 25 years in prison before being considered for parole. Psychiatrists diagnosed her with narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorders. Most of her sentence is to be consecutively served. However, the judge told her that she is going to be in there for life. Downs' 2 surviving children eventually went to live with the lead prosecutor on the case, Fred Hughey, and he and his wife, Joanne, adopted them in 1986. Prior to her arrest, Downs became pregnant with a 5th child and gave birth to a girl, whom she named Amy Elizabeth, a month after her 1984 trial. 10 days before the Downs sentencing, Amy was seized by the state of Oregon and adopted by Chris and Jackie Babcock, who named her Rebecca. As an adult, Rebecca appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show and ABC's 2020 True Crime Show, discussing how she feels about her biological mother. She wrote to Downs in her younger years and has stated she regrets it regarding her mother as a Downs was incarcerated at the Oregon's Women's Correctional Center in Salem. She escaped on July 11, 1987, and was recaptured just a few blocks from the prison on July 21st. She received an additional 5-year sentence for the escape to her prison sentence. In her first application for parole in 2008, Downs reaffirmed her innocence. Over the years, she said, "I have told you and the rest of the world the same story, that a man shot me and my children. I have never changed my story," she said. She was denied parole ever since she's been eligible for parole. By her own account, Becky Babcock has a healthy, normal life growing up in Bend, Oregon. She said, "My childhood was of dreams, that we had every opportunity that we wanted. My parents wanted us to prosper, to learn, and to grow," she said. "I had a great family, a great life. It was honestly picture perfect." Becky Babcock, a 34-year-old behavioral health coordinator for children in Salem, Oregon. "I was just like any other kid, and we were just like any other family," she said. When she was 11 years old, Becky Babcock tricked her longtime babysitter into revealing the name of her biological mother, Diane Downs. The revelation would shake Becky's world to a core. young world to the core and take her on a journey of self-discovery. Becky Babcock said the first exchange of letters between her and Diane Downs was positive. As more letters continued, her biological mother's mental state just jumped out. Her letters progressively got more and more insane. Conspiracy theories left and right. People watching me my whole life. Really scary things. So she stopped talking to her biological mother and regretted it since. She said Diane Downs even accused her of being part of a conspiracy against her. And so yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye guys, see you next video.